Thank you for staying with us. Billionaire businessman Cosmos Maduka and entrepreneur Mr. Akintayo have set social media ablaze with provocative message to women. Stop trying to train your husbands. They are already formed. Submit to the man you met. That's what they have said. Oh. In the now viral video, they pushed even further, asking why so many women effortlessly revere and submit to their spiritual leaders, calling them daddy with full honor, yet struggle to extend the same respect to their own husbands, the very men they vowed to build and journey through life with. Ladies, this morning we're stepping right into the heat of this debate. Do you agree with these two successful businessmen that grown men are beyond tutelage, fully formed, fixed, untrainable? Does that mean when a husband puts the wrong foot forward, a woman should just simply close her eyes and follow blindly? Why do many women submit completely to their religious leaders but go toe-to-toe with their husbands at home? Are these men speaking hard truth, or is this just outdated, unrealistic advice packaged in patriarchal wrapping? Should they stick to business and leave women-related counsel alone? So what do we think of this? And would like for our viewers to join the conversation as usual on 0201-635-2013 or 0902-416-3440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC and stream with us live on YouTube as well. Ladies, what do you think? First, your initial response. Okay, but before your response, there's a video so that we can get a bit of context of what they were talking about.
Exactly.
You decide to stop training your husband. Is the day you will enjoy your husband.
They train their husband and their mates,
yes,
but they don't train their children.
But they don't train their children. So that energy you want to use to train your husband, put it on your husband is formed. Put that energy on your children and train your children. I see it oftentimes with women. Women find it difficult to just accept that this one is already made. Right? Let me put that energy on. It's a dry fish. Put that energy on the children. Right? But it's something difficult. That's why God said, wife, do what?
Reverence.
Submit to your husband, because he knows by nature the most difficult thing for women to do is submission. It's just not it.
No, to their husband, because you see him as a man. Many ladies submit to pastor, but they don't submit to their husbands.
True.
Whatever pastor says, that what that is.
Yes.
But whatever their husband says is
Jide, how are you?
Yeah, because the men like to sleep, and then after they submit, they whine from morning till night.
Wow. Interesting conversation, ladies. What do you think? And we're not talking of anyhow men, no. We're talking of the Cosmos Maduka, who is reiterating what Mr. Akintayo is saying. Let's go.
I don't even know what to say. I do not think that men are trainable.
Okay.
Sort of agree with them. But I think that men are, is it impressionable that we use, or you can influence your man. Both of you, for instance, I was 26 when I got married, my husband in his early 30s. We are not the same people. A lot of our values have rubbed off each other. Meaning is that somebody will now see him, maybe he's not agreeing what he used to agree, and say, she's controlling him. Because training is something you use for your children, not a full-formed adult, but that you will not influence who that person turns out to be in his middle age, in his old age. That's a lie. Because he's doing the same to you. You know, when I heard this man talking, I see a lot of shaming of women. Because when a man says, I trained my wife, it's not an insult. It's when the woman trains the man. That is an insult. So training, in the meaning of training, that what training means, might be a little demeaning for a man to be used. But, or any party in a marriage to be used is demeaning. But both of you must grow together, or you regress together. Choose a side. If two people are going to do life together, which marriage is, better be ready. Are you not influencing your friends? In fact, all of you have influenced me. It's very only when I came here.
You show for your face.
I only, it's YK that took me to the club. It's been, you know, a lot of years together. And that's how, imagine marriage that is even much longer. You spend more time. You eat the same things. Until yesterday in my house, my most favorite food has never been cooked. They will not eat it. I just thought yesterday, I miss it. I miss my mom. I felt in that place, and I cooked it. And I watched my son crawl around me. What are you eating? What are you eating? And then she took a spoon, and then he loved it. I said, yes, you're my son. Because as a child at your age, this was my favorite food.
Okay.
And so marriage made me drop certain things. I love bitter leaf a lot. My husband doesn't like it so much.
So instead of forcing
him,
yeah,
I just adjusted to eating what he can eat. Did he not form me in some way? Of course, he's influenced me in some way.
Okay.
And over time, once in a while, I'm rebellious. I be like, I miss it. I do it. He eats it. And so you see financial decisions, you know, business decisions, rubbing off from what your partner would do. And that's marriage. But when you put it like this, almost as if they are rebelling against society. I don't know which ones did them all of this, but the women train and they love their
pastors. I hear you, but the examples that you give are some things that can be, what if it's a character, I don't want to say flaw, what's the difference in how you see some things, or character, let's say flaw, and you are insisting on wanting to change that person? Maybe that is what they're talking about. There are some things that are more serious than
so
others.
They
will look at it. Let me just give Moyo a chance to give us our initial thoughts.
Well, I'm going to say people's behavior is actually what I use the word influenced or informed by several factors.
Okay.
You can look at it from the spiritual factor, the psychological factor, the economical factor, and all that. Can you really influence a man to change? I don't think you can if he doesn't want to. But I feel you should always still make an effort, because the only constant thing in life is change. And there are times when, in a way, some men or some husband would do something in the negative theme, and sometimes if you don't call them out to say, this thing you did hurt me, or this thing you did is paining me, or, you know, I'm betrayed by it, or whatever, sometimes they might not actually see the in-depth of the actions that they've created. So when they put it this way, it looks like as if they are saying, we are doing lord over them. No, you must do what I want to. You must do my bidding and all that. I totally disagree with the context of how they placed it. But I feel that a wife should be able to subtly help her husband become a better person if he has some negative traits in him. You can't force an adult to, even me.
Your children self.
Yes, even me, I can't be forced. But when you make me see reason with what you are trying to say, this is a wrong action. Then I have wrong actions too that my husband have said, this thing you are doing, and I sat down and he said something. He said, you know the thing I like about you, you will go back later. You can argue, but you go back later. You not say that you're not reading it. You now come back and apologize. So it's true. So I feel it's supposed to be vice versa. That is why you are joined together as one. When you are ordained to be joined together as husband and wife, you are supposed to be one, and you're supposed to be looking out for each other. You are supposed to be me, and I'm supposed to be him.
Yes.
So if I cannot make him become a better man than I met him, then what's the point? So, okay, because if he has some bad character, I should leave it and say, I should manage life. What about the heavenly race that we are supposed to be helping each other to get into Jannah together? Do you understand? Oh, so he's drinking, he's clubbing, he's coming late in the night, and we're having children that are seeing this trait. And I do not want my children, my boys, to grow up to emulate such character. And I'm not trying to make him understand that. You need to place value on your family. You know your friends, all these your friends that is doing jai with another. So you will not tell me, hey, I'm the man of the house. I'm thinking, really? Let me just stop for Ramatu to talk.
Ramatu, what do you think?
Yeah, so I'm surprised seeing them gisting about this kind of a thing. Look at how serious they are, and even the guy doing his babariga and still talking and all. So the first thing that came to my mind was the fact that I think to a large extent I agree with them, in the sense that after a while, you know, the first time when you get married, before kids start coming, you are his friend, because a woman can assume any role. You'll be his friend, you'll be talking to him, you guys will be playing and all of that. And then once the kids start coming, you won't know when you start, you know, not as you're training your kids, you will not know when you start, you
training your husband.
I don't want to use that word training.
Okay.
But You will not know when you assume that role of a mother to your husband. Because as you are married, you can assume any role at any time. It just depends on what is on the table. When it's time for you to be a friend, you can be a friend. When it's time to be a wife, you can be a wife. When it's time to be to be a mother, I think most women can fit into that because they already have kids and they are training their kids, in the right path and all of that. So I think I understand where he's coming from and what he's trying to say. He's just trying to say that we should try as much as possible to be submissive instead of every time calling out their bad behavior in a way, just the way we call our children's bad behavior. We call them out that same way. And you see, like Islamically, marriage is like it's like your religion. It's part of the woman's her deen. You understand? As in the woman's Jannah is at her husband's feet. So automatically, the way God has even designed it has made the woman to already be submissive because everything you do, there's a reward for it. So you are doing it for your own good, and you're doing it for Jannah and also for your for God. But meanwhile, it's your husband that is enjoying the benefit. Do you know that just talking to your husband, you get rewards? Just coming when he comes back from work, you hug him, there are rewards. There's everything, So that way, you find out that somehow they become, you are submissive without even knowing, because you are now saying, oh, let me get my reward, let me do this, let me do that, so that I can gather all my rewards together, and then, so that God can favor me in one way or the other. Meanwhile, it's small ways of being submissive to your husband. So I kind of agree with them partially with what he has said.
I'm very surprised with this agreement that is going across the table.
I do not agree.
But we will come back and look into this deeper. Let's go on a short break. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. So ladies, I hear what you say, but let's give some examples and then let's see where that falls if it's training. Okay. I know of someone who says when she married her husband, he didn't used to flush after himself. And she trained him, he started flushing after himself. So is that a bad thing or a good thing? Should she have just continued flushing for him every time? And then I know of someone who says, in fact, I also saw it, I don't know if it was his skit, a video where I know someone who says her husband does not rub cream. So when he goes out, he looks all ashy and gray. And then I saw this video of a woman rubbing cream all over her husband's body. The man, the title of the skit was like, I'm not your child, am I your child? But he appreciated it. So should we not do that? And then there's one I know, polishing of shoes. Some men don't do it, but when they meet their partner, she teaches them how to do that. So those are some things I feel that maybe you can even overlook. But let's talk about the woman that calls me and tells me of her husband that drinks and gets drunk. And it is in his place that, at the end of every year when they have received salary, he spends his time to drink. That's what he does. And she feels that it's affecting their children, but she's not meant to train him. So please explain to me.
She can't train him.
Okay, what can she do?
Training is a long-term thing. But she will communicate with him. You see that word training?
What is
when
training?
When you go into it's like having a dog and taming them. Having,
we
it
train
can
our
be
children. Okay.
For your children, you birth them. They will grow with you through time. But you marry an adult. You first of all marry the package as it is. You take it as you see it. And then you start to influence it. Okay. But if you are not able to influence, it shows that relationship is not mature. That relationship is not working. A mature relationship is you're both open to learning. We used to shout well, but we've changed. That's where I'm from. Because if you shout at me, I will shout back. Since both of us don't want to be shouting, we learned it. Don't shout at me. Okay, don't shout at me. When you talk to me, I used to get heated. My voice would be going up. My husband would say, are you talking to them on the street or you're talking to me? To talk to him, I had to learn, find pillow voice. This voice, does it sound pillow?
It does.
So you learn. You have to learn that. That's the part we're talking about. Okay. So when I heard these two people, and I wanted to say I have respect for them, but I heard them bully women. So I said badly behaved men. If a man pretended, for instance, to marry a very good girl, you're in that marriage, but now you have to live with him as you see him. Take it as living. So imagine that you have a son and a daughter, and your husband's negative vice is side chicken and, philandering everywhere. You spend a lifetime explaining to your children how to live with a philandra, as opposed to having the conversation that this is not a good value for our kids. Or you're married to someone whose financial habit is so terrible, it's affecting the family, but live with it, suffer for the rest of the marriage, instead of telling him to be a better person or insisting. You go to a public place, a man is with you, and he gets a rage, maybe in traffic, and it goes through full traffic rage. You are right there. You cannot say,
calm down,
it's okay.
honey. Yeah.
You're calm down. Get in the car, talking fast. And then,
and you even hear wala.
Some you wala. Some will even do it in public in the car just to prove a point. And you leave. Are they telling women? Because I'm not saying women are perfect. I know men complain of women trying to make them better persons. Me, I'm a tough case. The man that marry me is trying. But the point we are trying to make is that if you now marry a man that you two are the one trying, live with it too. Don't do anything.
I hear you.
Because when women come out and you see them, they don't live with, you know, their reference to religious leaders. They don't live with their religious leaders. Those people have a personality that they only relate with 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yes, no.
And they're supposed to be holier and closer to God. And they have married a sinner, you know, and they come to the open for an influence that you're even trying to make the man you're with better. I'm not saying that your methods are the best or that your standard is the best.
So I'm happy that you use the word method. I'm trying to think, you know, listen to them again. And maybe what they mean is the method. Maybe they don't mean do not influence, do not try to make each other better, or do not use, but using the word train, maybe they mean the method. Because they also mentioned that if it comes to your pastors, you just submit without question. So could it be the method that they're referring to, and not just being patriarchal and being...
These ones are not. This one is not method. Rara. These ones are not method people. So I would start with the fact of saying that there are times when we should admit that we have some certain type of men that they are macho and they like to prove superiority.
Okay.
They see women as just objects. There was a particular situation where a friend was telling me she was in the bus. Sorry to deviate a little. She was in the bus, and she sat at the front seat. Only for her, somebody wanted to enter in the middle of the driver's seat, and she came down. And the man started shouting on her. You have no respect. I'm the man. I'm supposed to sit at the window. You move inside. How dare you? Do you know who I am? I'm a man. You're a woman. She insulted her. But thank God, she said all the women in the bus rallied around her, came down and said, we will not go if you are going to do this, if you accept it. But you can see that man already has that mindset of saying, who are you? You are a female. You are a lesser being than
Moya, let me
we are.
interrupt you and take this call. Modupe from Ado Ekiti. Good morning, Modupe. Maduka, are you with us? I don't think so. Moya,
so I
continue.
feel a lot of time we enable these men to have some certain kind of character. I would explain further. When I say enable, you know you are married. You are both coming together from different background and belief, cultural belief and different things, orientation. Then you see your husband not being able to flush. Then you flush for him today. You flush a full grown man. Can he try that in the office?
Thank you.
Can he? Can he even try it in his? Can he even try it in his side cheeks? In front of his side cheek? You will see them behaving in short self. They are wife and husband that if not cry, they will cry for side cheek. They will sweep the room for side cheek. So you are not telling me that I should flush my husband's
and live with it.
Instead of correcting him. Instead of, okay, if I tell him, what, dearie, I will first of all start with a loving voice now.
Before you go stronger.
Before we go, you understand? Dearie, he do am. I go leave him. Maybe when he poo first time, he will come back again and see the poo there. He will poo on top of the poo, and if you continue, not me, I will come to the office and that's when I will not launch the office own. You understand? But I'm only just saying that I can't be married to someone with bad behavior, and I'm supposed to take it hook, line, for the rest of my life. And that rest of my life, by the special grace of God, is supposed to be a long time. So maybe 30 years, 40 years, I'm living in misery because I cannot control him. Then what am I also teaching my boys?
So the question is, you saw that person as a non-flushing
I did not see. I married in love.
We didn't know.
Then I now discover, because they say those. Am I supposed to be sleeping in his house
now?
Am I supposed to be sleeping in his house? When I was dating him, did he show this kind of character?
Exactly.
No. So if he did not portray this character, Why should he portray it when, so he tricked me, he lied there? That meaning when he did the covenant, he's a deceiver. So why would you not tell me that I cannot tell, I cannot correct, I cannot inspire him to become a better person? Then who am I as a wife?
Exactly.
Why did he marry me? Then I need to understand.
It's training, and for me,
did he marry a house gay?
That was they used it
Nima
deliberately.
used the word that training is like what you do with a dog. So maybe there's a disrespectful way in which you are speaking to them or trying to correct them.
That's why I said inspire.
But you know, learning happens at every point in time. Learning happens at every point in time, yes. And you know, the truth is that I think what they're trying to say is the approach. A woman should have that wisdom to know when to talk to her husband. Maybe if there's anything he does
let me interrupt. Let's just quickly get Joe, then you give us your full attention. Joe from Ikeja. Good morning, Joe.
Network today.
Network is bad.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think a woman should have the wisdom to know when to, how to, if in case of anything, how to talk to her husband at any particular point in time. Because most times when you decide to correct them, they'll say you are nagging, you are talking to me anyhow. Am I your child? Am I your, they always do that. I know of a friend that her husband, she's the one that foots the bill in the house. She does everything in the house. And then the husband will go out and not come back. He won't come. In fact, on Friday, he will just say bye-bye. It's Sunday in the morning. Then you come. In fact, you will come that Sunday morning and come and horn in front of the house. They will come, go into the car and go to church from there. And then that's when he will come. After church, they will all come back together and come and stay.
Okay, so Joel is back. Okay. Good morning, Joel. Good morning. Oh, I don't think he's here. Oh, fantastic. Good morning, Joe. Welcome to the show.
My name is Joe Aleke calling from Ikeja.
Welcome, Joe.
Welcome, Joe.
I'm the first time caller here in this program. I've wanted this program for a very long time. I really appreciate all of you people for the good things you are doing.
Thank you.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Things about this is that a woman needs to be submissive to her husband. Truly, that is true. And a husband also needs to be submissive to his wife at the same time. So that for the peaceful reigning of their home, it's not only man that will be submissive, it's not only woman that will be submissive all the time. A man needs to be submissive, know what your wife likes, and know what your wife does not dislike. A woman can also train his husband. There is nothing bad in it. To train your husband to be good, it's not something bad in it. For a man to train your wife is good. For a wife to train his husband, there is nothing bad there. So it's vice versa in this case for the peaceful reign of the family. That is the contribution. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your contribution.
Okay, so for me, that word training, let's say let's lovingly try to convince or inspire her. I think that's the right word that we should use.
Can I ask Ramatu a question? So what about if you've tried, like I said, lovingly inspiring, but he's still adamant and say, I'm the man of the house in this place. Are you the what will
and then you do action now?
Will you continue to be
let me give you another gist.
10 years, there
was this woman, her husband comes home, he doesn't come home every night. Every night he will go out, he won't come back. He will come back around 3 a.m. every night. At some point, anytime he comes back, she will lock the door. He won't have access into the house. Okay. First of all, he has his key. He will just open it. She went change the locks.
Okay.
Anytime he comes, he won't have access to it. Now, will you now say that one is trained? After a while, he has to stop because anytime he comes to enter the house, there's no entrance. So he will go back. She'll tell him, go back to where you're coming from. He will go back and then come back in the morning looking all, looking haggard and all of that. So he had to stop. So you see, she had to put in that method just to help him, just to get him to the right track. So since then, he doesn't come back around 3 a.m. If he goes out, by 10, he's home.
But because he knows that after that 10, this man also said that you find it easier to submit to a man of God than to give them that sort of submission.
A man of God.
And he also said that, okay, in the Bible it says wives should submit to their husbands, and that the reason God put it in there is because he knows it's one of the hardest things for women to do, to submit to their husbands. So what do we think about that? Because for me, it also comes from a place of pain. I want us to see where their pain is. We're looking at this conversation only like bullying, but it seemed like it hurts them. Especially, did you see Mr. Maduka? Do you see how
just animated he was? No. When you think you hit a very juicy point. You start to enjoy it. I think Mr. Maduka has a very beautiful marriage, and that woman trainer. I say it with my full chest.
Yes.
That woman, go and he wrote his biography. He knew he married. He talked about. Go on.
Yeah, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll look at this further. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Nima, you were about to give us.
I was saying that, with Cosmos Maduka's marriage, said nobody trained him. You should not. You should keep quiet. They trained him. That woman trained him. He wrote his biography. Talked about how he met her. That woman trained her. Forget it. But when men it's almost like a baby saloon gist, baby parlor gist, where they want to train they don't forget to train their maid and their children, and they want to train their husbands, kind of rebellion kind of talk. So this is patriarchy in every word of it. Women would influence their husbands. Teach their husband is what I wanted to use.
Okay.
Just as men would teach women. How, and positively, it will mean something good. You marry the individual. You're maybe 22, 23, like he's in his own case, he married very early, and you look at him now, successful businessman, the woman is fully involved in his business, and all of that, you want to give the credit out. Who trained you? Somebody trained you.
But speak to what they said about that immediate and
so I wanted to talk about
undiluted respect for men of God.
For men of God. So just as I said, the relationships are not the same. They are not comparable. The man of God did not promise to love me for the rest of my life. He did not make any bedroom promises to me. Nobody, he promised to be a man of God. He comes out and reads an holy book, and that's where the relationship external is outside. I only go for him when I need to be close to God. I need God to answer my prayers of all my husband. This man, I've been talking to God, help me to change him. That's when I go to him. And so the reverence is two separate things. I don't support total reverence and abuse of an external party like a religious father as over husbands. But if the religious father is not in your immediate place, he's not even provoking anything, he's not the one that didn't flush toilet or will not press toothpaste properly, or the one who will sit on his phone while you finish cooking a full weekend's meal, eat where he's sleeping, carry his plate for him. How many problems will you have with that person? It's an escape from all your problems now. A few hours a day. Finally, daddy, and all of that. So it's an escape from all. So that I don't like to hear that comparison. Imagine, in my own family, growing up, I didn't have any imam I revered. Why? My father was the imam. He led his family. Abi, yes. Boya and myself, we spent a few in my house. We read the books every morning. If we don't have the time during the week, my father will do the talim for us on Sundays. So which religious leader would I revere so much above my family? Yeah. So if I have a husband who feels that capacity, like I want to fast and I need a partner, it's my dad that would have called. There's this fast, there's a white days fast, there's a 3 days. Oh, go ahead, we're doing it together. If I had one religious leader somewhere doing it for me now, there will be problem for Zibo. Because that's how I grew up. So you must lead your family. If you fail in leadership, your wife will look to a religious leader. Whenever your wife is looking too much to a religious leader, ask yourself, are you feeling your leadership?
Nima, when you just said this, something I just had an aha moment. That what a woman's relationship with her man of God is akin to a man's relationship with his side chick. You think? Because it's usually because there's an issue in the marriage that they find escape. But the woman finds a man of God, the man finds his side chick. We can look at that later.
Not exactly. Don't start this topic. Don't start this topic. So I want to say, like, these men, they are justifying bad behavior.
Exactly.
Now, you are saying that a woman cannot influence a man's behavior because it's already formed. Now, they even quote the Bible. So let me help them to quote it very well. Now, they said wife should submit to their husband, right? It's good. But they also said the husband should love the wife as Christ loved the church. Does this example of this kind of people, this kind of men, are they loving their wife the way Christ loved the church? Are they loving their wife like Christ would have loved them? So I should love a husband that is acting like Lucifer. Yes, let me say it now. Because if you are stressing, what is a marriage? Marriage is intentionality between two people. You are both intentional to love each other. Marriage is not to be managed. It's meant to be loved and cherished.
Happily ever after.
Exactly. A man that spends time outside with his friends or church or whatever,
not setting good example
for the children.
For heaven's sake, you are bringing children into this life that God has placed in you to give them proper upbringing, give them godly upbringing. Then you decided that no, you fail your father's role, your fatherly role. You want to be sure. You think that same woman cannot also do the same thing? So if you have a pious woman, a good woman, is that how to treat her? Then you now expect that a woman, you make a woman become who she is. If a man sow good seed in his wife's heart, she will multiply and give him love. If a man sow his sperm inside the woman, she will multiply and give him children. But you now do whatever you like. You now say, shut up your mouth, I'm the man of the house. So your wife should enable your behavior. Doesn't she have feelings? Then before you know anything, you push her away. Nimat is even being, she's even being diplomatic, saying that religious leader. The man will find a woman, we find our own ex too. You think now only you get side chick. A woman too will find a baba and say, okay, this man is showing me love. You now expose her to external people because they are men, and devil knows how he's working. Devil knows. After they do the man, devil will tell the woman, see your husband, you safe now. See that man, he doesn't listen to you. He doesn't listen to you. This one safe will even give you money. He will take you out. You say, now you come this life because of her. Devil will try playing it to you. So if a woman is saying, no, this is the kind of family we should have, a God-fearing family where our children is seeing love, they're seeing their father go out, come home, even if he wants to go out, it's like occasionally one major event and all that. Then you are bringing up good men in the society.
So Ramatu, fantastic, but Ramatu, they say a man is already fully formed. They're trying to say he's an adult already. So there are some things you cannot teach an old. They say you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. How does that play? Knowing that, okay, this is a fully grown man. He has been influenced all his life by whatever it is. This is now a full-grown man. He has made the decision to even to get married. So he must have some sense and common sense. Why would you now appear from nowhere and decide that you want to train this person? It's a man fully formed by the time he meets you as an adult.
That's, this thing is a society that is pushing all these narratives to men. That's why most men, even when they see a need for them to change, they will not want to change because they will still want to carry that ego and say, yes, I am the man of the house. It must be whatever I say in the house that must happen and all. So, but you see, the truth here is this. I am on the men's side today. The truth here is that most of the time when our men, when they do something wrong, the way we approach them, the way we talk to them, the way we make them feel after doing let me call it a mistake or they misbehave.
How about after the fifth time?
They said, no, they say we should approach it with silence. There's a way you do it. You don't have to say it all the time. Just say it once and just keep quiet and just be watching him. They say his conscience will disturb him. After a while, he will decide to change. He will try to change. He will try to change. So keep, use all the methods, but quietly, not with fight, not with, just like this one said, training. Just try as much as possible with silence and quietness and everything.
This reminds me of something I saw. This married couple, her husband gets drunk all the time. So she and her brothers and family members, they decided to do something. He got drunk, got home. Then they all wore white, turned on candles, stood around him. But when he opened his eyes, they were like, welcome to the gates of heaven. And he thought he had died, and he was screaming and shouting. Is that not a form of training? So let's say this man gets up now and realizes that it was a prank. The story at the end of that particular story is that he changed his ways. He never ever decided. So yes.
So my mom
said, don't train that person.
One of my father's cousins used to be a really bad habit drunk. Every salary day, he goes to the club and he comes home broke. Bills were piling. Okay. The woman will come to my mom crying. And my mom, being a very city girl that she was, told her a trick. Okay. And the trick worked, let me tell you. So the woman will come. My mom said, I've calculated, this is the day they get paid. I've calculated it because this is the day my husband gets paid. Since they are both in the civil service, most likely this is the day they get paid. So you do this. Whenever he's drunk, he comes back home. Whatever is left in his pocket, clear it. And it will help you buffer the month. So the woman started to do it. Truly, when he comes back, he will think that he exhausted it at the club. He actually saved some, but the woman will take it exhausted. He will now wake up and now start thinking by himself, this drinking habit is costing me.
Yeah.
He came to my dad to gist my dad. My mom heard the gist and
Told
told
you.
the wife that, don't worry,
He's working.
he's working. Continue it. If you fail, I go vex. They maintain them, they do am back to back. They did it for almost a year. He gave up drinking himself. That's one. Another one was a lady's video I saw online yesterday, thanking God, thanking her mother-in-law for having trained her husband.
Okay.
They ended up with Japa in the UK. She got pregnant. It was a trying pregnancy. Labor was even more trying. She didn't have to, because they didn't give visa to her mom for Mugo. She didn't have to call her mother because she had a very well-trained man by his mom to depend on.
Yeah.
She said he did everything, including cooking. Even when she went back relapsing to hospital, she showed pictures, everything. She had a good man to depend on. Men like women they can depend on.
Yeah.
So it's not bad for women to want men.
Yeah.
They can depend on.
Yeah.
Wow. So, ladies, you know, we have to go on a break, but like last words. What do we have any messages on our?
Plenty.
Yeah.
Let's read a couple before we go.
Take them.
This person say, Brick House Capital say, women make me laugh. Which of your husband have managed to train you? Even if he correct some of you, you label him as toxic. I beg make una rest though. And the same Brick House, the same Brick House said, I have trauma
From the training.
No, from my own viewpoint.
Okay.
I don't have trauma, but I will not just tolerate abuse you understand. I have a standard in my own marriage, so I hear. So we both love each other. Thank you very much. And this person here, Mr. 9322 said, my husband should be better not behave like my son, because if he does, he might just get treated as such. He's allowed to make mistakes as adult, but not misbehave like a child. Sorry, I can't deal. Bam. That is clock it. And okay,
so Brick House Capital said, women make me laugh. Which of your husbands have managed to train you? Even if he corrects some of you, you label him as toxic.
Oh, I've read that.
Make you
read another one.
Okay.
Aderonke said, Obat said, if they say we should not train them, can we then guide them and encourage them to be at their best self, especially if they are in a rut, by creating a safe, accepting space for personal evolution?
I think that's a good way to end this segment. So stay with us. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back for our Let's Talk.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.